ABC in 2004, former Vice President Dick Cheney publicly voices supportive stance for gay marriage equality, whatever that means. So yeah, but may his soul rest in peace. 84 years old. As Hake would say, gone too soon, whatever that means. 84 doesn't sound soon to me. But maybe. I have an aunt who is 101. So you may be right. 84 is a little soon. Let me go to the busy phones here. Let me go to first time call out of New York. Devon out of New York. Devon, you are on the air.
Good morning, Jesse.
Hey, Devon.
How you? Yeah.
How are you? All is well.
All right. So I had a question about the silent prayer.
Yes.
So I've been listening for a while, like a long while, but I've only taken it seriously the past couple of years.
Uh-huh.
Before that, I was a Buddhist, quote unquote, and we used to do a lot of meditation. So I was kind of familiar with it before, but since doing it now with kind of like the lens of, I guess, God or whatnot, in my mind, it's just like, it feels more effective, if that makes any sense.
It
like,
does. Absolutely.
Yeah, like before it was kind of like, just for myself. And even in your teachings, I see that it's to bring it back to yourself. But in Buddhism, it's kind of like you go where you want. And with this viewpoint, it seems more like it has like a ground. But anyway, I want to get to my question. So I have been doing it every day and every night, more or less. I do it like every day. I work overnight, so sometimes I find myself in the middle of the day having to do it.
Right.
And recently, I've been catching myself like in my thoughts, but like I just catching myself, and then it'd bring me down a whole other rabbit hole of thought, and then I'm just kind of there in and out of thought, looking at them and whatnot. I'm trying to, and I understand that it's just my imagination going over time. But I guess my question is like, and I know you say you don't understand how to end it or anything, but is that how it's supposed to be? How it's supposed to feel? Because, like I said, I constantly catch myself going into the thought, and I see it, and I know what it is. I'm able to label it, but then it just persists, and it don't stop until I finally until I sit down again and just kind of like shut out all the noise.
And how do you shut out the noise?
Usually I literally just shut off everything. I sit quietly, because it used to be when I was younger, like I could watch media, I could watch everything, and it worked as a distraction. And it would keep me like away from these thoughts. But even now, it's like anything I watch, for the most part, it kind of just brings it right back. The music, every song becomes about me or my situation. I'm watching media. It makes me feel like, what's going on? So I just completely shut everything off if I have to. For a while, I was even listening to like brown noise, where it's just like static to kind of help me just take the edge off. But even that was kind of like, even to I have to admit, was a bit extreme. So.
And so your question for me is what?
I guess the wrong question is, when does it end? I think that's even biblical assignment this week, is to don't yell out, when will it end? And I've been seeing myself doing that a lot.
And why? And you yell out, when will it end?
I don't yell it out per se, but I'm I say it in my head, like, when will it stop? Like how much longer will this keep going? Because I'll see it, I'll know what it is, and I'll be like, what?
I understand. And when you're saying, when will it end, who is saying that?
I was hoping you wouldn't get here. there's so many questions that I could ask. Well, not questions. I'm not that smart. But there's so many things that I think about when you go down this line, and I know I'm not even answering it now. When I think about who I am, I think about me who was observing all this, I guess.
But when you're
Yeah.
saying, when will it end? This is too much. This is painful. Who is saying that?
I guess I'm thinking about it now. The person, if you're asking me like that, I would say the person who I imagine is going through that is saying that. Like the person I'm observing in my head is saying that and screaming. And honestly, sometimes I laugh at them because I'm like, what? But it still don't stop it from like just that feeling like I'm dying or something like from past. And even though like it's getting shorter now, that feeling of like agony when I'm going through these emotions is shorter than it used to be.
Right.
I still feel it.
And
And I like
so who is saying, I'm sorry, who is saying, when will it end? This is too hard. Who's saying that?
the me that I imagine is going through that pain.
I would recommend never say that again, because if you stay aware, those identities that made a home in you are dying. Those identities that you've been identified with all your life, thinking that they were you, is dying. But when you say, when will it all end? You are saying that this is happening to you. So you're creating another false identity. And that's what they want you to do, because they do not want to depart from your house. They want to stay in your house, because if you put them out, they got to go find a home in somebody else. And they don't want to live. They don't want to leave you. And it's not you saying that. That's the false identity saying it. It sounds like your voice because they imitate your voice. But that's not you. So I would recommend you never say, where will it all end? Because now you built another false identity that's going to stay longer inside of you. That's not you saying that. It's not you. You do feel the pain in your body, but it's just pain, and it's not your pain, and it's not your body. So that's what must die. That false self, the false identity must die in order for you to have life. And if you are aware of these things happening inside of you, you're waking up to life. You're starting to live. The awareness itself is life. The unawareness is death, is darkness.
I'm glad that you say that, because I remember it's coming to my remembrance that you said that a while ago. Like when it starts to really hurt is when it's like, I want to say working. Oh yeah, well you said working on you.
Yeah.
That's what it definitely feels like. Excuse me. But yeah, I remember. Pardon me.
And that's why you should want, the greater the ego pain is, the greater the fear is, the greater the worry is, the stronger the doubt is, or all that. You should want that so you can die from it. Be aware of it and die from it. But the awareness is what's destroying the illusions. And the awareness is life.
Honestly, yeah. Word. That sounds good.
And so you want to practice staying present, being aware of what's happening in the mind and the body, and do nothing about it, and just be aware and just live with it, walk with it, sleep with it, drive with it, eat with it, but don't fight with it and don't complain about it. It's okay that we're discussing it, but don't complain. You want that ego pain to just overwhelm you so you can die from it.
Yeah, I've noticed that this was long before. I used to be a very dramatic person. That when I did complain, they're more likely, they're happy to cajole you for a little bit.
Yeah, misery loves company.
Then as soon as they feel like they gave you enough love, then it's like, all right, see you later.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I learned to just kind of like keep my pains and my struggles to myself for the most part.
Yep. Because there's nothing that anyone can do about it anyway. Most people are your enemies and they rejoice when they know you're in pain. It's a thrill for them to see or hear that you're in pain. It gives false life to them and they feel good. That's why human beings try to give other human beings pain because it's a thrill for them. It's death, but they call it life.
Yeah, even with some of my so-called friends, they'd only reach out when they were going through struggles. But
Yeah.
as soon as they're all living good and happy, I don't hear from nobody no more.
There's no love, no love. But let me ask,
Yeah.
do you understand that the light that is allowing you to see the darkness, all those emotions are dark, those thoughts and emotions, the so-called feel-good ones are painful too, they are dark emotions. It's the life, the light, that is allowing you to see the darkness, which is not you, so that you can overcome it.
Well, it's interesting that you asked that. I don't want to get into a whole. That you asked that, I see that, but then I'm confused about what's darkness and what's light. For instance, I
All
went
thoughts
to-
are darkness. Go ahead, make your point. You went to what?
no, because right now I'm living in New York, and as you know, it's a hellhole, and it's going to get worse pretty soon. So even before we were supposed to get this socialist or so-called socialist, it was really bad here. So I was already in the mind of doing like a program that allowed you to like volunteer on farms and like kind of get skills because I don't have no skills right now. Only thing I know about is photography, and it's floated me by for a while. But
Do you have
so
a
my
job?
weekend- Yes.
Well, then you have
I
a
work-
skill.
Well, yeah,
Let me ask them because of time.
of course.
You say you were a Buddhist beforehand?
Yes, yes.
And when you were a Buddhist, you guys used to meditate, you say?
Yes.
And what was the purpose of meditation? What would you meditate on?
Well, meditation, there's different schools, but the school of Buddhism I was under, they would have you like, you would just, when you're meditating, you're not really meditating on anything. They kind of tell you to just focus on a blank spot in space. And as you're doing it, the thoughts will naturally start to, they'll come to you without you even having to do anything. They just want you to watch them, don't attach to them, watch them, accept them, watch them. Do that for like an hour, say some ohms, stretch. But
Did they tell you that those thoughts were evil and not you?
They tell you that they're evil, but they also tell you that they are you. Like they tell you that Mara and his 3 daughters, they come from outside of you, but they're also a part of you.
But they're not coming from outside of you, they're inside of you. That's the problem.
Yeah, usually he'll come as like how you know Satan's voice is the voice inside of your head. They'll usually come outside externally as illusions and some kind of enticement to pull you away from the path, which is in Buddhism just not sitting in silence, but sitting with yourself.
The Buddha person or people, do they believe in God? Or do they believe there is a God?
That's where the split comes in. Some Buddhists believe that the Buddha that originally attained enlightenment is a god, and that there's other gods who reached enlightenment as well, and they ascended past humanity. And then there's some schools who believe that the Buddha is he's just a teacher. He's not like a god. He just ascended to. There's no really ascension into enlightenment. You become enlightenment. So yeah, that's why so many so split.
Yeah, because of time I got to run here, but I want to encourage. How old are you, Devon?
36.
I want to encourage you this time. Stay with it, and just stay with it. And I want to encourage you to give up trying to fight those demons inside of your mind and emotions. They are truly demons. They're evil. And they made a home in you when you were a kid, when you became angry. When you became angry. So I want you to encourage you to watch those demons. Do nothing about it. Don't call it you. Live with them no matter how painful. And when they get painful, when it becomes very, very painful to the point where you want to cry out, when will it end? Don't cry out. Be glad that it's painful so that you can die from it. And so, because it's the false self, it's the illusion, it's the nature of evil that would eventually depart from your mind, and you would never have to deal with them again. It'll be all gone. You will have a clear mind. And you will have a clear mind in everything that you do. But you got to let the light clear the darkness, take the spirit of darkness away from you.
That makes sense. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I felt like you had a question. Yes, I did forgive my mom.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you that. You went to your mother?
I was living with her at the time, so it made it easy.
And so what did you say to her?
I said, I forgive you for everything, we went through growing up. I understood. I understand now, like, especially this is after I did some adults and myself. I was like, I understand that it could have been difficult or whatever.
And what was her response?
She seemed my mom's very, I get a lot from my mom. She was very dramatic, so she was just kind of like, she started tearing up and she was very grateful about it. And she was like, I just wanted to get my thought.
Yeah.
It was all nice. She was nice about it.
And how about your father?
My dad, it's funny because I tried to do it the first time. He kind of just brushed me off. And then the second time, I had him on the phone for a little bit. And he was like, yeah, I ain't worried about all that. So it was just like water under the bridge. Like, it didn't even matter.
Nice. Well, as long as you forgave him, now all you have to do is go about your life. And while going about your physical life, be aware of what's happening inside of you, and you will die from that. But you got to let the light shine on you. You got to be aware of it. So if you go unconscious by falling back into the imagination of the thought, just come back to being aware of where you are and what you're doing. Always be aware of where you are. And then you can't go wrong.
Thank you, Jesse.
All right.
I hear the music.
So what?
I said I hear the music. I hear the we gotta move on music.
Yeah, it's the end of the show. Call me again. Let me know how it goes.
For sure. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Amazing. Super chat.
Derek, 5 copies. Can one forgive their mother or father if both parents are dead? Also, does one have to be baptized to get into heaven?
No, you're now baptized of the Spirit. If you want to get water baptized, fine, but it's of the Spirit. We'll have to finish when we come back. Let me take one break. Back in a moment. The hate news, not the fake news. Thank you for your support. I'll be back in a moment. Christmas is coming up. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, all that coming up. I have some amazing books that would make for excellent gifts. I have the Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. And then Rage, From Rage to Responsibility. Check it out. Scam, How the Black Leadership Exploits Black Americans. And last but not least, a little small pocket guide, the 7 guaranteed steps to spiritual, family, and financial success guide. Just a little thin piece of book, but it's so good. So check them out, rebuildingaman.com, or call 800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663. And I can sign them if you order them that way. If you don't want me to sign them, no problem. You can order from Amazon.com, all right?
Some serious mess going on in this whole here world. This is Country and Western Tuesday, the end of hour 1, November 4th, AD 2025. There's elections going on, as you all may know. There is one line open, which you can call in right now, even during hake news, not fake news, to get on hold, to get on air with JLP in the second or third hour of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show here. Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. GMT or UTC -8. We're 8 hours behind Universal Coordinated Time, something or other. Greenwich Mean Time. Nice. And so we're an hour later for y'all down under and people in other parts of the world and country that don't observe daylight saving time falling back like we did. We fell back into standard time. That was on Sunday we did that. Anyways, Commie Nonsense Network, CNN reports there's a bunch of elections that they're closely following because they're communists. They believe in government, not God. And races for mayor in degenerate New York City, races for governor or governess in New Jersey. I don't know who's running in New Jersey at this point. And Virginia, 2 women. And Proposition 50 redistricting, the gerrymandering, the Democrat gerrymandering ongoing. They've been gerrymandering the heck out of us with the immigration mess, right? Are you kidding me? In California here. So what a mess. New York City voters will choose their next so-called mayor today, closing out an eventful campaign with the Democrat nominee, Zohran something Mamdani. He has some, whatever, Muslim-sounding name. Independent candidate Andrew Cuomo. He's a real Democrat, a bad Democrat, according to Trump, but Trump endorsed him. And Republican Curtis Sliwa. Mamdani, a 34-year-old Democratic socialist, better known as communist, as Trump and JLP and probably Hake rightly call him. He's leading in the polls, electrified young dumb voters. Shout out. Don't say dumb kids. But has come under fire for a lack of governing experience and a lack of any sense whatsoever. Anyway, on Monday, President Trump urged New Yorkers to vote for Governor Andrew Cuomo, former governor. He stepped down because he was Me Too'd. It was a phony Me Tooing. Saying he has a record of success. Cuomo dismissed Trump's endorsement, insisting the president was simply opposing Mamdani. Cuomo was like, I can stop Trump. Mamdani can't. Ridiculous, huh? New Jersey, Democrat Representative Mikie, Mikie, M-I-K-I-E, Sherrill, S-H-E-R-R-I-L-L, never heard of him or her, faces Republican Jack Ciattarelli, pardon me, Italians, that looks like an Italian name, Ciattarelli, in the race for New Jersey governor. Shout out, Jersey. Ciattarelli has leaned on his support for his support from our greatest president, Donald J. Trump, in the traditionally Democrat-leaning state. Remember Chris Christie, the fat rhino? Shout out. I like Chris Christie, sort of. Was running that state, and he hugged Obama. Rhino. Anyway, emotional. So we'll see what happens. He's repeatedly praised the administration's policies on immigration, tax reforms. Several high-profile Democrats, or at least a few, including Obama, supported Sherrill, Mikie Sherrill. It's a woman, front runner in the race. We'll see what happens, right? And Virginia, Winsome Earl Sears, that black female, former lieutenant governess, is running against Abigail Spanberger. Born Davis, Abigail. And so we'll see what happens. The Democrat female may win. In California, Prop 50, we're supposed to vote no on 50 if you're a Christian, if you're a decent person, if you're white, if you're a man, or if you're a woman who doesn't hate men, vote no on 50. Nice. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP. Hour 2.
Men have got to stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up. Stand up,
uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. Good morning again. It's Tuesday. And you can get involved by calling 888-7753, 773-888-77-JESSE. And my biblical question is amazing this week. Do you believe that you as an individual can live a life without judging yourself or others again? Do you believe that as an individual can live a life without judging yourself and others ever again? Isn't that amazing? Yes, Jesse, that is an amazing question. We have every way that you can watch and support the show. Listen on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're gotta run around, you just can't watch the show, you want a podcast, you can. But you can listen on your phone, no matter where you're at the gym or you walking or running or you're making breakfast, lunch or dinner. It may depend on what time zone you're in. Or wherever you are, you can listen on your phone. It's been made possible by calling the listen line at 605